right, family, let's talk. I need y'all to really open your mind for this one. You ever get that feeling that history, what they teach us, what they tell us, isn't the full story? That something's been left out, buried, hidden, that maybe, just maybe, we weren't the first to walk this earth? Think about it. Every ancient civilization, every religion, every mythology, they all talk about beings that came before us. They go by different names, but the story, the pattern, it's the same. Some call them gods, some call them watchers. Some say they came from the heavens, others from the depths of the earth. But one thing is clear, they ruled before we did. So we're going to be diving deep, we're peeling back the layers, digging into the ancient texts, the lost knowledge, and even declassified government files. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that the truth is out there. And the deeper we go, the more they don't want us to see. Welcome to Legends of Antiquity, Season 2. This is the forbidden history of Earth. And this is Episode 1, the first beings of Earth, where they are creators or are overseers. Let's get into it. Let's really think about this. Long before we were here, before the first empire, before the first written word, before the first human even knew how to make fire, this earth was already being ruled. But by who? See, the mainstream story tells us that humans evolved from primates, built civilization from the ground up, and boom, here we are. But hold up. If that's true, why do we keep finding traces of something older? Why do we have myths, texts, and ancient records that all point to beings that came first? I'm talking about the gods of Egypt, the Anunnaki of Sumer, the Nephilim of the Bible, the Jinn of the Quran, the giants of the Norse sagas. Every culture has its own name for them, but the details, they line up. So here's the question. Were these first beings our creators, or were they just rulers, overseers, guiding us, controlling us, using us? Let's go back to the oldest sources we have, because the answers, they've been right there in front of us this whole time. The first beings, what do religious texts say? Religion holds the oldest records we have of human memory. Now, whether you believe in it or not, you gotta respect these texts go back thousands of years, passed down, written, rewritten, but even with all that change over time, certain things remain the same, and that's where the truth slips through. The Bible, the Elohim, the Nephilim, and the Watchers. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Genesis 1:26. Now listen to this. Genesis 1:26. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Now hold up. Us. Our? If God is supposed to be one, then who's us? Turns out the original Hebrew word is Elohim, which isn't singular, it's plural. That means this wasn't one being talking. It was a council of beings. So were they gods? Were they rulers? Were they the Quran, the Jinn, the race before humanity? Now let's move to another ancient source, the Quran. Surah Hijr 15:26-27 straight up tells us, and indeed, we created man from sounding clay, from molded mud. But we created the jinn before that, from scorching fire. That means before humanity, another race existed. They were powerful, they were intelligent, and they had their own civilization. What do declassified files say? Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, all right, these are just stories, just mythology, just ancient religion. But what if I told you that even modern governments, the people in power today, have classified and suppressed information that backs all of this up, that they know way more than they're telling us? Let's talk about declassified files, the real documented evidence that they've tried to keep. Hidden. Majestic 12 and UFO reports. A top-secret government group formed in 1947, known as Majestic 12, was tasked with investigating strange artifacts, some that predate modern civilization. Documents suggest materials with symbols matching ancient Sumerian texts were found in sites that had no business containing them. CIA remote viewing and the hidden past of Earth. Under Project Stargate, the CIA trained psychics to see into hidden locations. Some reports describe ancient underground structures, even lost civilizations buried under ice, deep in the ocean, or hidden in places we aren't allowed to explore. The Vatican archives. What ancient knowledge is being suppressed? The Vatican has over 50 miles of ancient texts locked away. Many of them contain accounts of civilizations that existed before our own, but they aren't accessible to the public. Why would knowledge about our past be locked up like a state secret? The Smithsonian cover-up allegedly destroyed or hid 18,000 plus giant skeletons. Every time someone discovers one, they vanish. No public access. Why hide it? Unless it contradicts the narrative they want us to believe. Alright, so let's bring it all together. We got religious texts, mythology, declassified government files, and even suppressed archaeology, all pointing to the same thing. We were not the first. So were these first beings gods, extraterrestrials, ancient rulers, or something else entirely? Were they guiding us, controlling us, or still pulling the strings today? And if these beings existed before us, where are they now? Next episode, we go even deeper. We uncovered the first kingdom that ruled before the Great Flood.